Good afternoon. My name is Scott Rutler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap, a look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的直击美股，我是王蒙宇，在华尔街向您问好。今天是纽约时间6月14日，星期三。美国财政部宣布了关于美国监管金融的机制，投资者将密切关注这2天美联储的会议以及联邦调查委员会委员长 Jeff Sessions 的证词。那么我们可以看到，周二呢，科技股有了一个历史上的上升，自上个礼拜五来相比，科技股有所下降。那么这也帮助了标准普尔500指数和道琼斯指数的上升。根据美国劳动局的数据显示，美国 PPI 的指数上涨为2.4%，而4月份上涨为2.5%，这也表明了市场对于生活指数的平衡。股票方面，我们可以看到强生以及 Travis Company 上涨约为0.7%，而金融公司方面，例如 JP Morgan 今天下降约1.6%。那么下面我们有请 T3首席执行官 Scott 为大家分析今日的股票。Hi Scott, financial move to north after the U.S. Treasury Department's announcements a new regulation framework, and investors are looking for the Fed 2 days meeting. How do you think those policies influence the market and the bank?
Okay, well, today we had the meeting and we had the announcement, and I think the street took it as a hawkish hike. Okay, that's what we're going to hear a lot about, meaning the Fed raised interest rates and still look like they're going to raise them again, even if the market doesn't believe it. So a few things happened from 2 o'clock thereafter. First, you look at the S&P cash, something that we talk about all the time. We talked about, can the S&P stay above the 21-day moving average? It did. Okay, it actually briefly went below the 8-day and bounced off it. And now we're still right near the highs, so the trend is still up. If you look at the Dow and the diamonds, my goodness gracious. Okay, the Dow today is at all-time highs. I know it's not the sexiest indice out there, but if you look here, okay, the Dow Jones that held not the 21-day but the 8-day made a new move, held it, and that's at highs. But if you look at what went on today as far as the banks with the hawkish Fed or the hawkish hike, you look at the XLF. The XLF held the 8-day moving average, which is basically it holding where it had to, okay, and looks pretty good. So at this time, it looks like money flowed to the banks about a week ago, and the XLF held firm here and probably can continue to the upside. If you want to track something very important, track Goldman Sachs. A lot of guys in my community have been long it and went longer today as it held the moving averages, and seems like there's some room to the upside. I would stay long this if you are versus this 220, and then potentially you could see a move probably closer to 240 if the banks stay in vogue.
Tech stocks recover on Tuesday, and we see the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones also recover in the record high. And what you can tell for the market?
I think overall, the market's done a decent job putting tech on the side, which needs a rest. Tech's been so unbelievable. Tech has had a massive move. For today, it was interesting. It was the first time that tech actually got a bounce rejected for now. So we'll see if that continues. If you look here at the Qs, which is a good proxy for tech, okay, you look at the last time we had that 1-day big move lower, okay, which was right here, all right. Basically, within 3 days, it was above the highs, okay, and on this first bounce back, it took back more than half, negating this power. So now you move down and see this one, wow, look at this, okay, you had another momentum trend break right here, okay, then you had a calculated buy right there. That's that red dog reversal technique where it makes the new low, gets this pivot, you buy with that as a stop. And then today, it got rejected right there at the 8-day. Okay, couldn't get rejected here last time it happened. So for now, tech is still going sideways. If tech stays below this spot, chances are the sellers might be able to roll it lower. But if all of a sudden we hold a little bit, starts taking that out, it's going to negate the weakness in tech, and then I'm sure the markets will be making new highs, and this will not be a headwind like it may be if it stays below this spot, which is now 140.93.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, well, thanks for coming, and keep tuning in, and we'll connect the dots. And every day there's a lot of things to do. There's money to be made. There's tactics to execute on. So hopefully you're learning those tactics, and you can do the same.
以上就是今天的节目，感谢您的收看，我们下期再见。